folks, welcome you all to this cheap little vlog of mine on the rather expensive telephone machine, people. We are back on the iPhone 17 and it is Flaggins Up Thursday, people. What the shit? I've taken a cheeky Friday off, people, because the Celtic game is on tonight in the Europa League. So I thought, why not extend my weekend with a day's leave and enjoy the game with a few cheeky bevs, people. Oh yeah, flaggins up to you all, people. Flaggins up to you all. Now, there's a couple of reasons that I'm doing the vlog this week. One of which is about gaming, and it's an important topic about gaming as well, actually. And the other is, I showed you in the last vlog, I kind of toured the house a little bit on the selfie stick here. So we're going to stick with the selfie stick today. And I thought, why not? This iPhone 17 has got, and I don't know if it came before the iPhone 17, because the last one I had was a 14 and it definitely didn't have it. But it's got picture-in-picture, which means that I can record my face while filming stuff in the other direction. So I thought, why not try that feature out and take you around all the geeky bits? So, well, we can do all the geeky bits downstairs. I could show you the ones upstairs as well. So we're going to do a tour, people. Now, the only thing I can't do, usually I record these things in a one of people. I don't really edit my videos. I just record them and here we go, Steve blabbing on. But I can't flip to that mode like this. So I have to stop it and then start recording again. So there will be a little bit of schmelting, people, but we'll make it as seamless as possible. But we're going to, well, not to put people off, but the topic we're going to talk about with regards to games is when we go all digital, what that actually means going forward and how we protect games of the past. And I'll talk to why that came about when we get there, people. But I thought for all those people that are more interested in the geeky bits, let's go ahead and do that first. So we're going to flip to the other camera, people. Let's do it. All right, so here we are, people. We are flipped into dual capture mode, as it's called on the iPhone 17. Let's have a pan around, people. So there I am in the top left-hand corner. Hopefully it's recording okay. And here we go. Let's start at the windowsill, people, where all the Star Wars stuff is. Now, usually when I record my vlogs on the camcorder, this is where I sit. So I'll sit on that couch and I'll put the camcorder just in front of it. And I sometimes bring the lightsaber through from the other room and I prop it up in here, but I don't have it in here full time. It looks really nice on my soundbar, to be fair. So here we go. And if you spot any dust, people, keep it to yourself. I've not done a proper dust for a little bit. What have we got? So we've got a few Star Warsy figures, Darth Vader, Yoda, and what's his puff at the back. And they're not like the two little figures there. I got those as part of a book set, I think. They were like, they came with a little book. They were dead cheap. They were from HMV, but they just look like a little nice set. The other one's just a standard action figure at the back. Kylo Ren. I don't know why I forgot his name, people. We've got the light up. I love this because it lights up. You have to put batteries in it, unfortunately. It doesn't charge by itself, but we've got the Stormtrooper helm. I think it's the old Stormtrooper helm as well, which I really like. I always prefer the old Stormtrooper get out. And then we've got now these were pretty pricey and they were all presents from mums and dads. So we've got the two, when the new Star Wars films came out, Kylo Ren ones, you had the new Stormtroopers and all that. Now these, I forget what these are called. They're a part of a steel, I think they're like lead or something. I can't remember what they're called, but they're really heavy. They're proper collectible items, really nice. You've got the Fire Trooper at the back and you've got the Stormtrooper at the front. And I don't know, his gun's looking a bit limp there, people. I don't know what's going on there. There you've got a picture of my son rock climbing when he was little. Then we've got, I love this. This is from a few Christmases ago. From my dad. Absolutely fantastic. Stormtrooper of the old variety playing the rock guitar. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely love that. Picture of me and my son when he was little, going down the log flumes in Blackpool. And then we've got, I love this, right? So I already owned this helm. It's a little piggy bank, that Darth Vader helm. And it's got a little slot on the top of it, putting your coins in, dead cheap. And I had it for years. And then as what, a Christmas or a birthday, I got these from my dad. And it's see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And I don't know, the minute I got them, I thought they would be brilliant surrounding Darth Vader. Just, it's a little story going on there, isn't there? And then we've got the two little Millennium Falcon. That little Millennium Falcon there is metal and it wasn't expensive. But I got that later. That big one was also a present. And, oh, I'll tell you what I haven't done. Good grief. Good grief, people. I meant to turn it all on before I got going. Hang on a second. Oh, hopefully I turn it on the right way. There you go. That's usually lit up when we're doing our recording, people. And it's actually a speaker. So you can turn it on like I've just done, which just makes it, it just lights up. Or you can turn it the other way and it'll beep and it'll do a Bluetooth connection. It's not the greatest sound in the world, but it's, yeah, it is what it is. Just a little novelty item. Fantastic though. And that is the new Falcon. I think the other one is as well, maybe. And you can tell by the satellite dish, because the old Falcon had a round one, didn't it? Curious now. Yeah, that's the new one as well. So they're both the new Falcon. Well, not the new Falcon, but you know what I mean. Like the Falcon from the new films. It's the same Falcon, just different dish. So yeah, so that's what sits on the backdrop of when I do my full-on vlogs, when I sit here and we record properly, and you've got all that behind me. So that's a close-up of all of that stuff. And then we've got a few bits gathered around here. We've got the air freshener in case Max lets one go while I'm sat on the couch. We've got Minas Tirith there, from Lord of the Rings City. They came as part of the collectibles with each of these DVDs. So I got, for each DVD set, there was an ornament. That came with Return of the King. Those two statues came with the Fellowship of the Ring, and Gollum here came with the Two Towers, if I remember rightly. I'm pretty sure it was that order. And I tell you, they're pretty rare finds now. If you try and get hold of those, you'll be paying a few quid for them. What else have we got? Recording kit I showed you last week, so this is where all the magic happens, people. That's the Xbox official headset, which I actually really like. It's one of the best headsets I've ever had. That the way that they've done the volume on the side, and like you don't have to think about anything. Like you just twist the ear to get the volume up and down, and it's like all the bits are like that. It's just dead easy to use. It's brilliant. Sounds pretty good as well. Little Darth Vader there. He actually holds a controller, but one of his arms fell off, and I can't get it to go back on properly. So he's just holding a little chapstick, people. Under there's the controller for the Xbox Series X, and then we've got that's a little set of headphones there for my running. We've got that there is a little ornament that I bought my mum for Mother's Day one year, and now that she's passed away, I've got it in my house. It just reminds me of her. It just reminded her of, well, I mean, when I bought it for Mother's Day for her, I just thought it was just reminded me of her and me and my brother, my older brother, when we were little. So yeah, so that's a little thing in the living room that reminds me of her. Not that I need reminding of her, I think of her every day people think about her, but it's just a nice little ornament, little memory. There's the PlayStation official headset, which I don't like as much as the Xbox One, but it is still smart. Interestingly, I don't use either of those headsets anymore because I use those headsets. I've got one for the Xbox, one for the PlayStation. We've got the steelbooks of the games that I've bought. You'll be able to tell. There's Deus Ex in there, I think Last of Us 2's in there, a few other things. And those Lord of the Rings bookends, I just bought them because I wanted something to put my steelbooks between. They're really light. The only problem with them is they're really light, those bookends, so it doesn't take much of a knock to get everything to fall over. I haven't turned that candle on. But you've got that candle on, people. We've got the candles on for you. We've got the Santa candles on for you again. Then we've got the charger, the PlayStation controller's charging it. The one at the back has actually got that drift problem, so I can't use it anymore. And then we've got the two pairs of headsets, which are awesome, the most comfortable headsets I've ever owned. I still use them to this day, and they plug into the optical on the back of the TV, so I can actually use them on any device really. It's only the microphones that really distinguish the difference between using one or the other. But I don't use the microphones much either, because I don't use those mics for recording. It's this beast here that I use for recording. So really they're only for listening to game sound. Hey, what else have we got? Anything else over here? We've got that's the splitter under there, so I don't have to keep fiddling with cables behind the TV. So I can just bounce between the consoles. Consoles are down there. Xbox Series X, Skybox at the top, PlayStation 5 Pro, soundbar. That soundbar there was so good, I got it free with the TV. It was so good that I went and bought another one, and that's the one that sits in the other room that we're about to go in now. Oh, I didn't show you. There's the PS5 collection, PS4 collection, which goes around the back there. And there's loads of more games upstairs and through here as it happens. Oof. Do you know, the hand that's holding my beer is killing me, people. I think I'll put my beer down for a minute. So here we go, chill out area. Let's ignore the Hoover, which I meant to move before I started recording. That's the best thing, I think I said last time, that's the best thing I ever bought since I got Max. Takes care of all of it, it molts all the time. And it just gets rid of it all off the couches, it's fantastic. So we've got loads of little bits here. So there's the master, the Pierre Resistance, people, is the lightsaber, which I got from my dad and my brother for my 50th birthday. That was my big present. It's superb as well. It's really good. I'm pretty sure I've shown it off on the channel before, but it's one of those that makes all the noises when you're swishing it around, and it makes a noise when you hit something, and it's got every colour you can want. So you can have any colour you want on it. It's superb. It's mainly sort of CDs in here, but we have got sort of a desktop Dalek there that can shift around your desktops, motorised. More collectible Star Wars ships down here. And we've got a little TARDIS there. More collectible ship there. And we've got an R2-D2. I think it's a Hoover, that R2-D2. I've never used it as a Hoover, but it's a desktop Hoover, I think. You plug it into the USB on your machine. Got a little Mandalorian bobblehead there. And love that lamp. I got that from my dad one Christmas. It is the Millennium Falcon lamp. And guess what? It's the old Millennium Falcon. It's got the round dish. And those little key rings there that are Millennium Falcons as well. My brother bought me those. I just hung them there. Nice little add-ons to that. And then over here we have got the Xbox One collection and the Xbox One collection, and some of the Xbox 360 collection is down there. And there's a massive games upstairs that I can go and show you. Little thing that my dad got Max. That it was so nice I didn't want him to chew it, so it sits up there. Max's basket with all his toys and little blankets in it. And we've got some Harry Potter. That was a little cheap £10 Harry Potter set. Just got all the little characters in it. And that, my dad got me that from, someone was selling, car boot sale I think, got it for a couple of quid. That Red Dwarf, the ship from Red Dwarf that I'm suddenly forgetting the name of. Is it called Red Dwarf? What's the ship called? Yeah, I think it's called, well no, it's not Red Dwarf, it's the shuttle from Red Dwarf, the little buggy one I think, that they used to go down to planets and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it for down here, people. I think we shall go upstairs. Are we going to stop recording to go upstairs, or do you want to see walking up the stairs, people? I'm going to take my drink with me. Let's just do it, people, eh? Get a tour of the full house here, people. Woo. Oh, bloody hell, it's dark out here. Max might come up with us. Wow. Yes, and I know I need a new carpet for my stairs, people. It's manky as anything. Ugh. Cream carpets, people. You'd have all sorts going on up here. And here we go. Now this is spare room as it happens, but it is I don't know, I just kind of made it a movie game theme type thing. The original Lord of the Rings poster from before the films were ever made. That's the original artwork from the guys that did it based on the book. You can see how old the hobbits were meant to look. Gandalf. There's Gollum there at the bottom, look. That there is my my little Christmas tree, basically. My little cone that's going to go downstairs for Christmas. I just got that off my dad, he was clearing the house out. Last of Us poster, people. So there's my, if I'm working, I can work from here. But I tend to work on the couch downstairs. We've got a Star Wars picture that my brother got me for one of my Christmas/birthdays. I can't remember. I think it was a birthday. It's got all the signatures of all the cast on it. That's the old headphones, Turtle Beaches, that I used to use for doing all the recording and stuff. We've got the Xbox 360, PS3, PS2 Mini, or whatever it was called, slim, small. It's tiny. Then we've got the bobbleheads for, well, that's Mandalorian again, and Jedi Survivor. Well, Jedi Fallen Order as it was at the time. Fallout Boy, not Fallout Boy, whatever he's called. Bobblehead. Hey, what else have we got? And here's the collection, people. The rest of the Xbox 360s, the PS3 games, PS2 games. I built that collection back up as it happens because I didn't have one of my biggest regrets was selling my PS2 and all that came with it. So I ended up buying that little one, and I just went online and ordered games that I wanted to build up for a little collection. And then we've got Dead Space 2. Got the Necromorph, Isaac Clarke, in his suit. His visor used to light up, people, but it stopped working, and I don't know how to sort it out. That was from Craigie Boy for a birthday years long gone, that was. Well, that's probably one of the best birthday presents I've ever had. Fantastic. And then we've got Master Chief controller holder, or controller stand. We've got Geralt. That was from my dad. And we've got the Skyrim chappy, and that's Xbox lamp. Should have lit this up really, shouldn't I, to show you how it was all looking glowing in the dark. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my entire collection. Let me show you this. Here is a picture of me when I was 13 years old in Kos, Cardamina, or Cardamina, however you want to pronounce it, in Kos, Greece. And I was playing in the water, and I found that glass bottle. I was just messing about. I didn't know my dad was even looking at me, never mind taking a picture. And he took that picture all those years ago, and it was such a good picture. He had it hanging on the wall of the house for years. Anyway, just gave it to me. It's such a cracking picture. It's superb. Oh, to have that body again, people. Oh, to have that body again. There's me and Aaron Brew, back in the saloon days. Well, there you are, people. Check that out. Right, should we flip back over now you've seen all the good stuff, people? Yay! Well, there you are, folks. There's all my really cool, geeky stuff that I've been collecting over the years. I'm sure there's some little bits that I've forgotten, but there you go. It's all lit up in the background there still. But we are, in fact, going to go through to the chill out area through here. And there's Max. Yeah, I don't think we've seen Max in this video. He's been following me around. I didn't show him off. There he is, look. Ah. A border terrier, for those that are interested, and he'll be 2 years old. I think I said it in the last one. He'll be 2 years old. In fact, I think I said it wrong in the old, and I got this wrong last year as well. He'll be 2 years old on the 17th of November. I keep saying it's the 14th. It's not. It's the 14th of February when I picked him up for the first time. He was born on the 17th of November. Right, I think we can sit down. Apart from, I'm going to grab these boxes because we're about to talk about it, people. Oh, so here we are, right? So I've got a bone to pick with the world of gaming, people. And I'm not the only person to talk about this because I've heard Digital Foundry talk about it, John Linneman, and how we're going to cope with, because listen, let's face it, we're not far away from having only digital, right? It's going to be digital only, isn't it, soon enough? I mean, the rumours are that PS6 is going to have what the PS5 Pro has now, and Slim, which is the ability to put a DVD or Blu-ray player on it. So that suggests that they're still going to be doing discs for the PS6. But we are now getting to the point where the standard consoles aren't going to have a disc drive on them. And that's fine, right? And it's all good and well. There's several problems I've got with it. One of the biggest, well, the most immediate one that'll get to us all is the fact that there's no competition, right? So the minute you've got to buy your stuff from the store, you're completely reliant on them doing a sale or whatever. There's no competition. Like at the moment, all the shops that sell the physical copies, near as damn it, every game that's out there, I can get it cheaper from a shop and I like having the disc anyway. Although I am becoming a little bit of a sort of digital junkie, as it were. But uh, so there's no competition, right? So the prices are, especially for the new games, right? They stay at 70, 80 quid is a stupid amount of money for a game anyway. It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that much money. And it certainly shouldn't be standard that every game that's deemed to be a new game should be 70 quid or even 50 quid for that matter. But I think it should be based on the amount of people that have worked in it, the amount of money that's been spent on it, and then you put your price in. But they don't do that. And it's never been that way. It's always been a set price for new games, isn't it? Apart from indies. We'll leave indies out of that argument because they don't do discs anyway. So that's my big, well, that's one of my big gripes with it. There's no competition, therefore it's always going to be more expensive having to use their store, or you're going to have to sit and wait until prices come down. Now, here's the other thing, and this is the more concerning part long term. So I was sat there the other day, and I said at the beginning of my last vlog, I was all excited about the Liverpool game. I was about to watch the football on Saturday and all that sort of stuff, right? Now, when I was watching the football, I thought, oh, I used to, back in the day, I used to always get the Pro Evolution Soccer games when they came out. And played the Master League and all that stuff on it. Loved it. All the way, all the PES games, right the way up to 5. And then after 5, I think I kind of slipped into FIFA because FIFA had got really good at that point. And of course, they had all the branding and all the leagues. So it was kind of a natural flow into it. And the Pro 5 was kind of the pinnacle of, well, at that point was the pinnacle of the Pro Evolution Soccer games. But I was sat there the other night and I was like, oh, God, I'd love to play a footy game again. But I kind of went off the spin with them because certainly when I started doing the channel, started doing a lot more RPGs, started doing a lot more of that sort of gaming. But I used to religiously every year get a football game. And I haven't done it for years and years. So any football games I have, I got them much later after launch, and I've just had an urge to play a football game at some point. And that's been a long time that I've that I've done that. And I was sitting there the other night and I thought, oh God, to go and play those Pro Ev games again, especially the top ones. I had an urge to play a football game basically. Now I have 3 and all of them were bought on really cheap, like for 3 quid or something. I got PES 2020, which they just rebranded to eFootball. So it's before eFootball went shit. They'd literally just put the eFootball on it, but they still called it PES. But so it was before it all went down the toilet. So it's not a bad game. I've got, that's the only PES one I've got. And then I've got FIFA 20, which I think I picked up at one of the second-hand stores, again, for about £2 or £3. And I've got FIFA 14, which I think, I don't know, I've got a feeling I bought that for a bit more back in the day, because that's FIFA 14 is quite a long time ago. But that game came with, not at launch, but when the World Cup started that year, you got a free DLC with that game that gave you effectively a free World Cup game, because they used to launch they used to launch a separate World Cup game in the years before that, which was basically the same game but just countries in it, and you got it for free as a free download, and I've still got it installed. I think it's all still there. But anyway, I went googling about to try and find out what the best PES game was, because I had an itch for PES, really. I wanted to have a go at the Master League and that sort of stuff. And the best PES that came out was PES... I'm going to forget now. Which one did I order? PES 6, I think it was. And it basically said that it was the best PES game, score-wise, that had ever come out. And IGN actually called it, at the time, the best football game that's ever been made. So I've gone and ordered it, people. It's on its way. And of course, PES 5, I mean, you can't get that anyway. It's that was a PS2 only, I think. So I went on to the store, right? And I thought, I'll see how much it is on the digital store. But of course, I'd completely forgotten that when they launch a new sport game, it doesn't matter whether it's football or basketball or whatever, American football, whatever it is, they
they launched the new one and they start taking down the ability to buy the older ones. So if they release a shit one, you can't go back and buy the one that was better if you didn't buy it at launch. And this is what reoccurred to me last night when I started thinking of it. I thought, right, I can't download it from there because I thought I'll download it on the cheap, but can't get hold of it. So the only option I had was to go, because it's a PS4 game. The only option I had was to go to. Well, I looked at Amazon, I couldn't find it there, and then I went to. I could, but there was nobody selling them. So I went onto eBay, and there was tons of them, all well on the cheap. People, well, if you go for a second-hand copy, there's some rare, like never opened ones that were about 30-40 quid. But I got it £5.50. Got the game. Says that the box is in great condition, and that's great, right? But here's the thing. Right? What happens going forward? Because at the moment, it doesn't really matter with regards to football, because, and that's soccer, people, for any Americans watching us, because those games are not very good at the moment. The shit. So FIFA games aren't made by EA anymore. It's called FC something and something, I think. And I don't think they're as good as they used to be. And then you've got the Pro Evolution Soccer, which isn't called that anymore. It's called we just said, didn't we? E-Soccer or E-Football, whatever it is. And it's free to play and it's garbage. So there's not much of a concern for me at the moment. But this isn't just about these sort of games. It's about any kind of games, really. Because if a publisher goes bust, or if a publisher decides they don't want to sell it anymore, or they make something and think, well, that's going to be a deficit to the new things we've brought out, we'll take them off the store. You can't get them anymore because there is no physical version of it. So what do you do? Like, it's quite worrying. Like, there should be some sort of archive facility that we can resort to, maybe, or there should be some sort of promise from maybe PlayStation or the storefronts or whatever to say, right, you can't remove that game forever unless it's tragically awful and you have to take it down or something. But if there's nothing wrong with the game, there must be something that says, right, all right, let's say you release the new football game, right? Fine. You can take it down for a period of time, but in a year's time, say, you have to put that back up in the archive catalogue and people are allowed to buy it or something like that. Because there has to be some way of protecting the games of the past. Because if they vanish, it's just heartbreaking. That, like, there's so many fond memories of the older PES games, the older FIFA games, all that sort of stuff. I just think there has to be some sort of protection. And I know that John Lineman on Digital Foundry had talked about this on numerous occasions. He's been talking about it for years because we've all seen this coming a mile off. And I wonder what. It's just so sad. Like, there has to be something. There has to be something that we can do from a legal standpoint to say, if we're being forced that the only way that we can buy games is via their stores, then there has to be some sort of way of making some sort of competition available for purchasing those games. Because remember, those games aren't, I mean, all right, some are first-party games, but the majority of games aren't first-party. The majority of games are third-party. So we should be allowed to buy those games in other digital storefronts. Now, I know that there's, you can buy digital codes from other places. Now, I know Shop2 does digital codes for games, and I know that there's digital something. I can't remember what it's called now, but there is a predominant one in the UK that you can kind of get codes for certain games on it, but it's nowhere near as prominent as the amount of games that you can get for physical at the moment. But there has to be other ways of getting games so that there's competition between those other stores, and for those stores to sort of survive, so that it will force the PlayStation storefronts and the Xbox storefronts to be competitive. I mean, I've been through those storefronts recently, and I've seen games that are 10 years old or more at full price. A full fucking price. It's like, what is that about? Do you know what I mean? I can't. It's like, get the fucking prices down. Like, no one's going to pay that. You're going to be off your fucking nut to be paying full price for a game that's 10 to 15 years old. What are you doing? Like, it's no wonder. Like, if you're having to hike prices up like that, then you're not running your shop properly, because that's exactly what the problem is. Like, you're not selling enough games and you feel like you've got to put the prices up and everything. And that sort of shit is happening because they know that you might not be able to get it in any other way. The only way you might be able to get it is through the digital shop. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So there has to be that. There has to be some way of forcing competition, and there is laws for competition in every country, certainly in the Western world that I'm aware of. So that has to be looked at strongly, and then there has to be some way of protecting the library of games historically. Not, obviously all the games that have sort of gone before now are fine, but anything that, the minute we go digital only, we've got a massive problem. And even then, some games have been digital only, haven't they? I mean, I think but I feel like Baldur's Gate was digital only, wasn't it? And all right, it's not technically a AAA studio, but that was a AAA game. But I feel like that was digital only, right? What happens if they suddenly decided not to leave that on the store anymore? It's like, not that they would, but. And there was a few other games that were digital only as well. Funnily enough, I'm pretty sure I got Expedition 33 as a disc because Aaron Brew bought me it. I'm sure he did. Sure, that's a disc copy I've got. I was about to say that might be digital only, but there are already games that are. In fact, Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 was digital only, I'm pretty sure, on the Xbox. And I think it was digital only on the PlayStation initially. Whether that's changed or not, I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below if I've got that wrong, but I'm almost positive that Alan Wake 2 was digital only when it first launched, if not still. So there has to be some way of protecting that back catalogue games as we go forward. Like, it's just crazy, like, absolutely mental. I don't understand why. I mean, I can understand with sport games, when you release a new one, you want to make that the focus of attention and not give people an alternate route to buy a football game. But there has to be put some sort of time limit on it where you say, right, you can have the old ones back on there now, or something like that. I don't know how you would do it, but yeah, I just find it incredible. Like, there has to be, it doesn't seem to be that there's any kind of discussion about it from an industry point of view. And the only person I think I've ever heard talking about it is John Linneman on the Digital Foundry weekly show that they put out, the Digital Direct. And he's talked about it very often. And I find it super concerning. And I love going back and playing old games. At the moment, everything I have is pretty much digital. There is, though, I mean, I'm saying that, there's a lot of Xbox Live games that, because did they not take down the old way of buying? You can't go on an Xbox 360 anymore and buy off the store, can you? I thought they did away with it all. I think you could download the games that you already had, but I'm sure that they did away with the Xbox 360 store. Let me know in the comments below if I've got that wrong as well. That means that all that back catalogue of Xbox Live games, what's happened to all them? Because a lot of them were digital only. So yeah, it's quite worrying. It's sad times, really, and we need to find some way of. And I'm sure going forward, somebody somewhere will find some way of creating some sort of historic archive where all of this stuff can be held. Now, either if you're not bothered about, I mean, if you're not putting it on your own stores, then you can't be that bothered about making money out of them. So just stick them on an archive where people could download and play them for free, if that's the case. But there has to be some way of protecting these games, I think. Other than some sort of archive, I have no idea, because I don't think the actual companies themselves, like PlayStation and Microsoft or Xbox, are going to do it themselves. I think it's like a cost they don't want to. Well, that's a cost and a maintenance they don't want and don't feel they need to do. It's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Let me know in the comments below what you think. I mean, I just think it's going to get, clearly it's going to get more of a problem as we go forward, especially as we go more and more digital. And it's quite concerning, people. What can I tell you? I'm awake at night thinking about it. But it is sad though, and it does need some serious discussion from people in far, far, far higher global positions than me, people that can actually make something happen about it. Because I think if somebody doesn't instigate the conversation, it's going to get to a really worrying point. I mean, if you look at things like you can get now like consoles that cost like, I don't know, 50 quid, right? And it's got every arcade game that ever came out for the Commodore, or every game that came out for the Amstrad, or every game that came out for the... So many, many years down the road that, there might be someone will bring out an Xbox type console that can play all of the OG, all of the 360, all of the Xbox Ones, all on this thing for 50 quid. Do you know what I mean? The bloody thing will be like 20 terabytes and it'll cost you about 50 quid. But yeah, I mean, I can see a long way down the road that sort of thing will happen, where you suddenly rediscovering all these games from years gone by because someone's managed to finally do that, which they have now managed to do with the super old stuff from back in the 80s and 90s. So, but it would be nice to have something a bit more robust than having to rely on something like that coming out. I mean, it could be, of course, that if the next set of Xboxes they are going to be PCs, then that opens a door to all of those sort of games just being available via Steam or via a storefront that doesn't have to be their Xbox storefront, which means they don't have to do the maintenance and take care of it all on a shop. They can just say, well, there they are, there's the PC versions or whatever, and you can play them on your Xbox as a PC version or what have you. That's one way around it, and that might be a way of protecting them. But again, it's only going to be via Xbox and not via a sort of competition or anyone else. The other thing is, I'm pretty sure the Xbox Live games weren't all made by Microsoft either. They were all individual little studios. Are they even around anymore? What's the legal side of all of that? Are you allowed to publish stuff that the companies don't exist anymore, or no idea? No idea. I mean, there was, this is a bit off track, but one of my favourite games, and it didn't get a massive score at the time. I think it got like a 7 out of 10 or something. But one of my favourite games was a Lord of the Rings game. Oh, I'm going to forget the name of it now. Lord of the Rings, War in the North, right? It was made by Snowblind Studios. I adored that game. Absolutely loved it. And all of the characters' faces and everything were based off of the movies. And when they did all the back and pat stuff, I was gasping for them to do a back and pat and an FPS boost on it, and they never did it. And I'm convinced it's because of all the licensing problems that will be around it, because they look like the film and the all of that sort of stuff. Well, the tie to the Lord of the Rings franchise in the first place, then the movies and the features, because you had Liv Tyler's face was in it and other people's. So yeah, I'm still gutted, but because I've still got the 360 upstairs, that I just showed you, I can still play it on that, and I own it on the PS3 as well, so I can play it on that. In fact, I've got a full playthrough of that on the channel. I think it's the PS3 version I put on the channel. Although the Xbox 360 version definitely played smoother for me anyway. Well, there you are, folks. Listen, let me know in the comments below about any of the stuff I've been talking about, people. It's an important discussion though, and something definitely needs sorting out about it. I have to be saying. So my PES, what did I say it was? PES 6, whatever it is. It's not PES 6. What is it? I've forgotten what I've ordered, people. Google it. The best PES game. It's PES 20. It might be PES 2020. I should have remembered, people. I've ordered something. I can't even remember what it is. Good grief. Anyway, when it comes, I'll show you the box. But it was the best PES ever made, apparently. And I got it for £5.50. But those days will be gone, people, the minute we go digital. They'll be gone. Well, there'll be no going back, people. We'll be trapped in the future. In the future, we have no need for roads. Right, on that note, people, my worst doc impression ever. It has been an honour and a privilege serving for you once again in this little vlog of mine, and I shall catch you in the next one, folks. Take it easy. Bye.